haven't done that you'd like to do?
Yeah, are you talking about like a career?
Anything. Well, life.
Okay. Yes, I think for me, I would love to learn Spanish really.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Really learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can understand and I can speak I can speak some conversationally, but I would love to learn it and know it. So much so that it's in the back of my head. And then of course I love traveling, so I would love to travel.
I've been told you need to go, like, just immerse yourself in Mexico somewhere, and just, if we had a month to spare or whatever, just to do that.
Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
This is real. It is in marijuana, it's in methamphetamines, it's in Xanax, it's in cocaine.
A disturbing trend on the rise. Courtney Friedman spoke with experts about what they're finding in drug tests.
And also, they're officers who fight crime with words. You'll meet the men and women of SAPD's hostage negotiator team coming up.
If you work for a company, it is likely you have done routine drug testing. One of those companies, Quest Diagnostics, just came out with a shocking report.
So it turns out that more people are testing positive for fentanyl combined with other drugs like marijuana.
Courtney Friedman heard from that company and a local mother who knows firsthand how often people are taking fentanyl without knowing it.
Quest Diagnostics is where many people do mandatory workforce drug testing, and they track their data. Well, the number of lab results that show fentanyl combined with other drugs has doubled since 2020. More specifically, the number of results that were positive for both fentanyl and marijuana has doubled since 2020. And tests with both fentanyl and amphetamines are up 5%.
The numbers are concerning for people who don't realize that the two could be mixed.
Yeah, I mean, the indications that multiple substances are being potentially mixed or used together, obviously there's definitely concerns.
Quest Senior Director of Science, Dr. Suhash Harwani, can't determine how many of those cases involve drugs laced with fentanyl, but a local mom says DEA numbers show that's likely the situation for most of these tests.
Any drug out there that is sold on the street has the potential to have fentanyl in it. And we can pretty confidently say that 80% of street drugs has fentanyl in it.
And you know that more than anybody.
I do, because in 2022, my son bought what he thought was a Xanax, and when I got his autopsy back 8 weeks later, there was not one piece of Xanax in it. It was 100% fentanyl.
While she hopes her son Cody's story will stop people from taking illicit drugs, she knows that's not always possible. So this Quest drug test data has her advocating for workplace safety.
We want every single business, every entity in this city to have Narcan. If an employee has gone to the restroom or has gone on a lunch break and they come back and they're sick and something's happening, you need to have that Narcan on hand, and that gives them a chance to live.
Dr. Harwani hopes the data will help communities in many ways.
Understand where trends are going, to understand what impacts, and educate.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
The third annual Souls Walking for Souls Fentanyl Awareness Walk is this Sunday from 3 to 8 p.m. at the Green Line at Brooks City Base. San Antonio's was the first event of its kind in the state.
And the walk goes on for a mile, but it's really so much more than that. City, county, and state leaders will be there. There will also be a resource fair. Courtney is going to MC that event, and of course, we hope to see you there.
One teenager has died and another is in custody after a shooting in northeast Bexar County today. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office was called out about 11 a.m. for a 14-year-old boy with a gunshot wound to his upper body. He was taken to BAMC, where he later died. Deputies say they were able to locate another 14-year-old boy running into a home about a half-mile away. He was taken into custody. The sheriff says they were also able to recover a handgun wrapped in clothes nearby that investigators believe is the murder weapon. Neither suspect or the victim have been identified since they are both minors.
Now, we do know the name of the man who was killed at a construction site over in Medina County. 28-year-old Maurice McCowan died on Monday after being struck by a piece of construction equipment. That incident happened while McCowan was at work. He was a subcontractor for a construction company that was building a data center in Medina County. That construction project so far has been suspended while the Medina County Sheriff's Office and OSHA investigate what happened.
The trial has now begun for 3 now former San Antonio police officers who shot and killed a woman.
That incident happened in June of 2023. Today, prosecutors and defense attorneys gave their opening arguments in this case. We know that former officers Nathaniel Villalobos, Alfred Flores, and Eliezer Alejandro are on trial for the death of Melissa Perez. She was having a mental health crisis when the 3 officers arrived at her apartment complex. She was swinging a hammer at officers as they tried to go into her apartment. And today, prosecutors argued that the officers didn't have a warrant to go into her home and thus didn't follow protocols. Then on the other side, you have the defense, which argued that the officers' lives were at risk when Perez swung that hammer.
They did what they had to do to go home to their families. The same thing every officer does, and the same thing every officer promises. And at the end of this trial, you're going to see that all of that is true.
This is a high-stakes case that could potentially set precedent on how officers, not just in San Antonio, but in other cities as well, are trained. Villalobos is facing up to 20 years in prison if found guilty, while Flores and Alejandro face up to life in prison. And you can watch the entire day one on our digital platforms, as well as live testimony when it resumes Monday at 10. We often see the power, but not the planning, that a special team of San Antonio police officers uses to end tense situations peacefully.
That's right. Whenever there's a SWAT team, whenever you see them, just know that there are also hostage negotiators who are armed, but they're armed with words. Katrina Weber gives us a rare glimpse as to how they work together.
With big trucks and long guns, a SWAT team rolls in, backing up officers during tense trouble. With them at these standoffs, though, are what may seem more like silent partners. That is, until they use their words.
Make the right choice by coming outside with your hands up.
Hostage negotiators are always part of the plans.
You'll see us, we're in here and the SWAT's in the front. Every time SWAT's getting deployed, we're getting deployed as well.
Officer Sebastian Huerta is a 2-year veteran of the San Antonio Police Department's hostage negotiator team. This day is about shaping more of them.
Tell my kids I love them and they're just going to be okay. I'm not talking to you anymore. I know what you're going through, Mark.
SeaWorld's Aquatica serves as the backdrop for training.
I'm going to jump off this damn building.
With make-believe scenarios drawn from real-life situations.
This is going to be a very slow, controlled movement.
One group deals with a hostage situation on the phone.
Hey, what's going on today?
It's a lot to explain.
I have time. What's going on?
While another works to save a man on the edge.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that crap. No, she doesn't.
If she didn't care, she wouldn't have called us.
It's not always criminals that want to do this stuff. Sometimes they're just normal people and they're just going through really bad days. You tell your kids and the person that you love them. Hey, give me somebody else, man. I don't want to talk to a guy. We listen to that person. We never talk over the person. We let them express themselves.
There's no limit to where these teams and their skills are needed, from the streets of our neighborhoods to some of the highest heights in our city.
They're on a highway bridge. They're on a top of a parking lot. She's the reason why I'm up here.
But if real life goes as in this training,
nobody out here wants to hurt you.
Their talking leads to everyone walking away safely. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
You say no one cares about you.
Switching gears right now, let's tell you what's really on tap for the rest of the weekend, because this morning was nice. It was comfortable. So what's on tap for the
Bring it
rest
on
of the
Saturday.
Yeah,
exactly. We were 68 this morning. Tomorrow morning we'll be closer to the mid-60s, 64 in San Antonio, but a bit cooler in outlying areas. I mean, Gonzales could be 59 Fredericksburg and Comfort, even Bulverde, Bernie, about 59 for the morning temperature, but the vast majority of us in the low to mid-60s. So the mornings are looking better. The average low is 63, so technically in town, we're still going to be running a little above average. But we'll have pleasant mornings and then warm afternoons. The humidity, though, it stays low for a while. And coming up in a little bit, we'll talk about the rain, where it is, how close it could get to us in just a bit.
All right, Adam, thank you. Let's take a look at a traffic trouble spot we've been watching over the last hour or so. This is I-35 at Benton City Road near Von Army. These are the northbound lanes. There was a vehicle fire. A box truck there caught fire earlier this afternoon. It shut down all lanes of traffic, including the lanes on the access road, but you can see that traffic is moving along the access road, and there is at least one lane still closed on the main lanes of I-35, but traffic slowly making its way around what is left of this vehicle fire.
For the first time now, we're hearing how Bexar County leaders feel about a controversial development over in northwest Bexar County. It's called Guajolote Ranch, and critics are worrying that a proposed wastewater treatment plant could contaminate drinking water for more than 2 million people. Our Sarah Costa went back to that area, and she spoke with a county commissioner about that plan.
A former mayor, state legislators, city council members, all now focusing on the proposed Guajolote Ranch in northwest Bexar County. The development will require a wastewater treatment facility that will dump treated sewage water into a water source for 2.5 million people. And now, a county commissioner taking a tour of that area in northwest Bexar County. Precinct 2 Bexar County Commissioner Justin Rodriguez says he wants to do his due diligence in making the best decision when it comes to protecting our water supply.
We take for granted we have such great quality water here in San Antonio and Bexar County. Decisions that we make today absolutely are going to have an impact on my kids and our grandkids.
The Guajolote Ranch development is a plan to build roughly 3,000 homes on 1,100 acres just north of Gray Forest. Lennar Homes, a Florida-based developer, is the company behind the project. Lennar applied for a permit from the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. The company needs it to build the necessary wastewater treatment plant. TCEQ will be discussing and potentially making its decision on October 22nd. If TCEQ grants these permits, then a decision could potentially lie with Bexar County. Lennar has applied for a public improvement district through Bexar County for the project. It's a way to get taxpayers to fund the wastewater treatment plant. Commissioners have the power to say yes or no to that plan.
Are you guys going to be looking towards whatever the TCEQ decides, or you want to make your own decision as a county?
I mean, I think we're going to have to look independently at what's best for Bexar County, right? Nothing against the state of Texas and TCEQ, but I think they have a prism in which they look at things, and I think we have to make sure that we are taking into consideration. These are our neighbors. These are folks that we are taxpayers that want to do what's best for our community.
It's important to note the developer, Lennar, says they have plans in place to prevent pollution of the Edwards Aquifer and San Antonio's drinking water. You can read their full statement on KSAT.com. Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Still ahead here on the news at 6, looking for something fun to do this weekend. Local influencer Stephanie Guerra joins us with photo pics in just a bit.
Also, Uvalde's new elementary school finally has opened. You'll see how the new campus honors the victims of the Robb Elementary School shooting. Up next.
An emotional 3.5-year wait culminated today in Uvalde with the ribbon cutting and opening of the brand new Legacy Elementary School.
That school replaces Robb Elementary after the devastating shooting that killed 19 students and 2 teachers back in 2022. That campus cost $60 million and it honors the victims. There are tributes to them throughout the campus, like a new tree, you see it there, which is inscribed with the victims' names.
I think it's important, as time goes by, things seem to fade a little bit. So we always want to make sure that we're never going to forget them. So that's really important. And I appreciate all the detail that was involved in all the different artifacts, different things that were done to the school.
Teachers will begin moving into their classrooms next week. The first day of school at Legacy Elementary will be Monday, October 20th. Selena Quintanilla's fashion designer Martin Gomez has shared personal pieces of clothing, sketches, and even his diary to remember Selena's story.
And as we continue celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, we highlight the latest addition to the Whitliff collections over at Texas State. KSAT's Madeline Lambert takes us through the collection with Gomez himself.
Was considered a very new fabric at the time. It was a stretch metallic cloth. It was glazed.
When it came to fashion, Martin Gomez and Selena Quintanilla were a team.
But a lot of these ideas, it was sometimes started with an idea she had, and then I would basically execute it. And so that's why I released all this stuff, because I want people to know that she was smart. She was so smart, and she had the vision.
The Whitliff collections at Texas State now holds many personal items from Martin and Selena's fashion collection.
Even the exact beads that are showcased here were used by Martin Gomez to design Selena's many iconic outfits.
This is the other side of Selena, and I'm so proud of it. And I'm actually really proud of sharing it because I almost didn't.
And something you said earlier that stuck with me is that Selena said the impossible is possible.
Yeah, I lived it. Yeah, it gets me really emotional because Selena saw me. She believed in me before anybody else did.
The exhibit was brought to life with the help of Hector Saldana. He collaborated with Martin after he saw students interested in learning more about the famous artist.
I mean, here are these young people in college, born long after the Jennifer Lopez movie about Selena. So there has to be something that goes beyond Tejano music.
That's what Hector describes as a Selena effect. Her legacy and memory still inspiring new generations.
The effect that it has on young people is beyond.
Madeline Lambert, KSAT 12 News.
The Selena effect, I like that. Let's take a look outside with live cam. If you look forward to, weekend morning coffee, we got a little something to add to that tomorrow, Adam, with some good temperatures.
Yeah, especially, if you're up early on the weekend mornings. And I know a lot of people are, and it's going to be, I'm not going to call it crisp just yet. For me, that's 50s, okay?
Fair enough.
Yeah. You got standards when it comes to these fall temperatures.
Well, I have benchmarks, right? And yes, some standards. And so it'll just be more pleasant and a little more comfortable in the mornings because we got rid of the humidity, and that allows for morning temperatures to get back closer to where they should be this time of year. So take a look at our forecast. Going forward, we're talking mid-60s. That beats the 70s we've been experiencing recently with the tropical humidity. But this is still a little above average. The average low is 63 degrees. Now, keep in mind, like I showed you earlier, parts of the hill country and outlying areas could dip into the upper 50s tomorrow, really the next several mornings. Here's the key. The dew points, the dewies, they're down in the 50s right now. That keeps us very pleasant. Remember, 60 and up is considered muggy. 70 up is that really thick tropical air. We're in the 50s and we're going to coast. We're putting that on cruise control and just coasting along, keeping our dew points in check, and no big surge of mugginess or humidity. Now, unfortunately, it takes humidity to help make rain, but we wouldn't even have a rainmaker allowed overhead. So at least we can have comfortable conditions despite no rain. We have the remnants of Priscilla already causing rain in parts of Arizona and the desert Southwest. Then we have Tropical Storm Raymond. These are in the Eastern Pacific. And both of these will bring some pretty good moisture to the southwestern U.S., combined with another system to funnel even more rain into the western U.S. Now, take a look at our overall pattern. For us, unfortunately, it's the upper level high, the big blue H, the dry high. This is going to be parked right overhead for basically the foreseeable future. And remember, this has a clockwise circulation around it. And then the upper lows, the disturbances, have that counterclockwise circulation. And we're going to see a couple of these drop into the western U.S. That's just creating that Pacific moisture funnel into the Four Corners states and then also pulling moisture into the western U.S. It'll get as close as West Texas and the Panhandle, but that's about it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to tap in to any of the rain from those systems. Really quickly, too, we have Jerry out there, still a tropical storm, likely to pass just east of Bermuda and remain tropical storm strength for the foreseeable future. 92 the high today, the average 84, so we're remaining well above average. And that's going to be really the trend here going forward. No sign of a noticeable cold front or anything that would really drop temperatures significantly. Right now we're at 90, dew point of 54, a light northeasterly breeze at 7. Not much of a breeze out there this evening. 88 currently Helotes, 92 Gonzales, 90 in Canyon Lake, 91 in Devine, and Floresville checking in at 92. But cooling quickly, that's the key. By 8 o'clock, 82, and 10 o'clock, we're in the mid-70s. And then tomorrow, mid-60s. By the afternoon, we're still in the lower 90s pretty much everywhere across the board. And then Sunday's basically a carbon copy of Saturday. Every day after is pretty much a carbon copy of what we're going to have.
All right, Adam, thank you.
You know, not much variation up in Dallas, which is where our good friend Mary Rominger is right now. She's at the State Fair.
Yeah, she got the cool assignment today. She's up at the State Fair with photojournalist Adam Higgins, and they got to taste some food today. I mean, look at that turkey leg. I think it's bigger than Mary, and she's taking a bite out of that bad boy. Plus, our BGC road trip tonight, we'll see Dilly at Stockdale. We got a preview coming up. The BGC road trip tonight will kick off in Stockdale, where the Brahmas will host the Dilley Wolves in a District 15 3A2 contest. Stockdale's 4-1 overall and 2-0 in district. The Wolves are 3-2 on the season and 1-1 in district. After dropping their season opener, Stockdale's now riding a 4-game winning streak, heading into this key district matchup with the Wolves.
It's huge because we lost it last year, so I definitely want to win and then have my brothers experience it to win too. So. And go 3-0 in district.
Upcoming game, it's the most important game of the season right now. So we're 2-0 in district and we're looking to go 3-0, trying to keep that streak alive.
It'll be a challenge, but we're up for the challenge. Thankfully we get to do it at our place. But Dilley's always had a good football team.
What do I need to do to contain this Dilley team?
Just trust our keys. Our coach has been putting in work all week, and just trust them. Let them help us.
It's an all-district 15 3A2 road trip tonight. Dilley will visit Stockdale, and Cotulla will take on the Poth Pirates.
Because it is a great game. There's a lot of emotion that goes into this game, and I think that there's a fine line, and as we touched on, playing with emotion but not emotional.
Coach Sark and his Longhorns won the Red River rivalry and the Golden Hat last season by beating Oklahoma 34-3, and KSAT 12 Sports was there. And of course, we went back this year. Mary Rominger joins us live now from the State Fair, talking touchdowns and taste buds. Mary.
Yeah, lots of taste buds. Hey, Larry. Photographer Adam Higgins and I today ventured around the fairgrounds here at the State Fair of Texas and tried some really delicious food and heard some stories, unique stories that exist here within the vendors. So awesome stuff. Here it is. Here are the highlights from Adam and I's food tour, and you'll see why they call this place the most Texan place on earth.
We're the largest single outlet of strawberry users in the United States in the month of October. We go through around 8,000 pounds of strawberries in 24 days. I dye my waffles crimson and orange so that way they can compete against each other in line.
Which one do you take?
Well, I can't tell you that because that would alienate half my customer base. I will say that I went to this school.
Okay.
But I won't say what my preference is. How's that?
2 to 2.5 pound smoked turkey leg. We smoke it back home. Takes about 5 or 6 hours to smoke. Right there.
Right, that's the good spot. Okay.
That's a good piece. While she's chewing, come out and see us watch the football games. We got the big screen. We got surround sound.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. True innovators of fried sweets, but now the fried pickle bomb.
We dice the pickles, and then we have a cream cheese, a dill weed, red pepper flakes, a seasoned ranch, and then we make balls and they freeze them. He'll put them in the two different batters, and then it goes into the fryer, and then we put a breadcrumb. Here's your napkin.
Okay, thank you. Wow, that's so good. True innovation. Well, thank you very much,
thank you Julia. for coming. And
appreciate it. I'll clean up here.
I'm glad you liked it. Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, y'all. I'm Jonna with Fernie's Funnel Cake. We're going to get that batter going, and we're going to make some pretty little laces in there. And you know what? It was this very machine. October 18th, 1987, I went into labor right here making a funnel cake.
Talk about being raised on the fairgrounds. Such awesome stories. You can catch that full story on KSAT.com soon. Also be on the lookout for Adam and I's food review video that we're posting on social media. Lots of fun eating food today, Larry, but even more excited for the football tomorrow. With that, we'll send it back to you in San Antonio.
Thank you very much, Mary. Now, she will join us live at 7 o'clock on KSAT Sports Now.
Okay. I can't get over that image of her with the turkey leg.
I said, yeah,
it's huge.
The turkey leg's almost bigger than her.
Yes, yeah. It's hilarious. Thank you.
You got it.
Thanks, Larry.
We want to keep the party going right now. So next up, we're going to talk about young mariachi. Dozens of groups of young mariachi groups, they're getting ready to perform this weekend. How long they've been practicing for the VSE Festival right after the break. Okay, you hear that music and you know, it just gets you going. You know what's coming up. Puro Picks, Stephanie Guerra, our good friend, is here to tell us what's happening around town this weekend.
You have a huge social media following. You're always in the know with things happening in San Antonio. So let's start with San Antonio favorite, Barbacoa and Big Red.
Yeah, it's the Puro weekend for Barbacoa and Big Red Festival. This has been going on for many years now, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's taking over the Freeman Coliseum this weekend. You can go either day, Saturday or Sunday, from noon to 11 p.m. It's family friendly. There's, of course, amazing barbacoa and tacos every corner, but also great music. So musicians like David Lee Garza, Jay Perez, Vinny Tovar, and there's even a Taylor Swift tribute band that's going to play. Of course. It's Taylor Swift. We're in our Taylor Swift era, right? Album release, we're there, but the barbacoa.
It's her era. I think we're all just living.
I didn't know she was going to infiltrate Big Barbacoa and Big Red, but she's there.
She's everywhere.
Yes.
Your week.
Yeah.
Starts tomorrow.
Super excited because I thought I felt a little crisp fall air, perfect for drinking beer outside, but it went away really quickly.
But it went away.
So starting tomorrow through next Saturday is San Antonio Beer Week. This also has been a really neat festival and celebration that's been going on for years now here in San Antonio, but they have so many fun events all week long. Starts off tomorrow with a brewer's breakfast. There are special beer releases that come out from all of our local breweries this week. They have a passport program where you can get a beer mug and then take that with you to the different breweries.
Nice.
They even have a brewer Olympics at the end of the week. So I don't know exactly what that consists of, but it sounds like it would be really fun. And you can find all of the details at sabeerweek.org, but they go all over town. So don't feel like, I know I love to talk about downtown because that's where we are, that's the heart of the city, but they have Beer Week events all over the city. So go out and support your local breweries and have one for me.
sabeerweek.org. That's where you can find all the locations. Yeah.
Okay, so next one, Ube Fest. You and Stephania were.
Yeah, I want Stephania to go.
Ube.
And you got to go try it too. So ube is a bright purple colored sweet potato, and it is Filipino. And this is actually a festival in celebration of Filipino American History Month. With the San Antonio River Foundation at Confluence Park. So if you go tomorrow, you're gonna say ube like in all kinds of foods, in desserts, probably in beverages. It's also family friendly. They will have shopping, vendors, live music, and this is the first one. So this is really cool. It's a free event. Would be really neat to check out and then celebrate, you know, a new big cultural event here in San Antonio.
Speaking of cultural events, we have plenty of those here. Plenty of culture in San Antonio. Yeah, well, you have Avenida Guadalupe's Mestizo Heritage Month.
Yeah, I love that they actually call it Mestizo Heritage Month. We are in Hispanic Heritage Month, but we're all a mix of different cultures, right? That's what mestizo means. So this is their 8th annual Fiesta Alegría. It's at Plaza Guadalupe over on the west side. Really neat. They always have, you know, in tribute to a local leader in the community. So tomorrow it's actually going to be hot rod focused. So, and I'm sure you'll see lowriders and classic cars there. But they're teaming up with San Antonio Philharmonic and a Lucha Libre company also tomorrow. So that is just going to be an amazing mix of culture tomorrow night. So see Música Libre with the Santa Chiva, San Antonio Philharmonic, Avenida Guadalupe, and just a big block party out in the street in the west side of San Antonio, also free. Go out and enjoy experiencing the heart of the culture of the west side of San Antonio.
For sure. Okay, something happening next week, San Antonio Startup Week.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about this because it actually kicks off with a pre-game gaming day on Sunday. So all of these events are happening at Geekdom and around downtown. So co-working, startup, entrepreneurial spaces. San Antonio Startup Week is the perfect place for you if you're a small business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a tech company, if you're a product that's trying to launch. You know, like it's a really neat event. It's a week of keynote speakers, workshops, networking. They have parties, of course, mixers, happy hours, But every day the schedule is jam-packed. I always learn something new and meet great new people that are innovating and changing our community of San Antonio. You can register to go, and then you can check it out and see if maybe you want to speak at it next year.
Okay, what's really cool about that is that our Devin Karp has been covering San Antonio Startup Week for a while, and there are wonderful stories on our website, which you should check out. And the reason I like this is because it keeps everything moving forward. There's so much young talent, and they've worked with young kids in schools that have started their own businesses. And it's just really nice to give our youth something to look forward to with all the terrible news out there.
There's something for all ages in San Antonio Startup Week. I spoke at San Antonio Startup last year in the state of downtown growth, business, entertainment, events, things like that. So there is something for everyone. So you can take the family, but make sure you register. You can't go to every single event all day long. I know the kids got school, but college students, it's just a really great place to learn and see what you can do with your own business.
All right, last up, we have TPRs, worth repeating.
Yeah, so I always talk about this event because I really love it.
It's a
the
cool
new
one.
series is starting, and so I love that the theme for this month's Worth Repeating is Startled. So Worth Repeating, they gather, I might be a little wrong, 6 or 7 people that volunteer. I got
in the background with the 6, 7.
And so they tell their own story around the theme. So of Startled, it could mean anything, right? Like being surprised, being scared. All of those stories come out. People are really brave to go and tell their story in a room full of strangers. It's a really cool event. It's 7 p.m. at TPR's headquarters right downtown in their brand new beautiful theater. And then they always have an after hours gathering, networking, downtown in one of our local bars and restaurants. But I love this storytelling series. Go check it out, and then maybe you can sign up for the next one. So I wanted to give a quick hello to my mom and dad. My dad's watching from Methodist Hospital.
Yeah, we
so
wish your dad
well wishes to my dad. Thank you. And to all the staff and nurses. And I actually got recognized in the hallway by a lady, Oralia. She told me she loves watching 5 o'clock right before she goes into Methodist every day. So hi to everybody over there at Maine Methodist and Medical Center.
We wish your dad well.
Thank you.
Hope he gets to come home.
Yeah, he's going to be partying back with us soon, maybe not having a beer anytime soon, but he'll be back out on the streets.
Good. Makes me so happy.
On the streets.
Good. Well, thank you.
All right, thanks,
Thank you.
Stephanie. We'll be right back.
This is for all mariachi lovers. More than a dozen student mariachi groups are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month at the 16 Mariachi Festival. That's happening tomorrow. 10 high school groups and 5 middle school groups will perform at this year's Mariachi Festival. It's a long time coming for these young mariachi groups. They've been practicing for this festival since the summer.
It makes me feel proud of my heritage. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something by contributing to my culture.
And it's a beautiful contribution. The 16 Mariachi Festival is happening tomorrow at the Arneson River Theater from 2 to 9 p.m. And to sweeten the deal, it's free to go, free to get in.
Join KSAT and KSAT Community for a night of hope and remembrance at Blood Cancer United's Light the Night in San Antonio. This is happening tomorrow, Saturday, the 11th, at the Rocket La Cantera. That starts at 6 p.m.
So this family-friendly event honors those who have been impacted by blood cancers, and it celebrates survivors and shines a light on the importance of research. So we invite you to go. A bunch of us here from KSAT are going to be there. There will be music, there will be food trucks, and also a remembrance ceremony before the walk at 7:30 p.m. And participants carry lanterns, white for survivors, red for supporters, and gold for those that we have lost. And it's really a beautiful showing of unity and hope.
And admission is free for this one as well, and everyone is welcome to register and join the fight to end blood cancer. You can also scan that QR code if you'd like to donate.
And these events are happening during that sweet spot that Adam keeps talking about. Live cam out there right now, 90 degrees. But okay, fast forward to tomorrow. And around this time, it's going to be pretty decent when we're all out there.
Yeah, we're almost at that sweet spot right now. 7 to 9, I mean, even 10, 11, but especially 7 to 9 in the evening. Temperature starts to fall off pretty quickly because of the low humidity, and you have that sun setting. Temperatures tomorrow morning, low to mid 60s locally, 64 probably within 410, but a little bit lower in outlying areas, even some upper 50s in the hill country. 59 Bernie, Bulverde 59 to start the day. We'll talk about where the rain's going to be in just a bit.
All right, we know we're going to have cooler temperatures in the morning. It's going to feel nice, but Adam, you mentioned some rain as well.
Yeah, just not for us.
For somebody.
Sorry. Yeah, and for people who need it, that's the thing. It's not going to go unwasted, right, where there's already a rain surplus. So we'll get into that. Let's cover our headlines, though. The morning's much better, more pleasant, mid-60s, humidity. It stays low. Those are the perks if we can't make rain and get what we need. At least it'll feel better. The Pacific moisture stays off to the west, as close as West Texas and the Panhandle, but that's about it. Already the remnants of what was Hurricane Priscilla earlier this week, streaming into parts of Southern California, Arizona, then stretching up into Colorado, and actually a lot of flood watches in effect in this area, and even a few flash flood warnings already in Arizona. Remember, this is a very rocky area, kind of like us, and so they do get flash flooding pretty quickly and easily, especially in the desert Southwest. Now, the remnants of Priscilla already streaming into the Four Corners states. We also have Tropical Storm Raymond. That's just west of Mexico right now, south of Cabo San Lucas, and the remnants of that will be pushing into the same area. So that's going to be the next wave of moisture and rain-making energy. Mainly mid and upper level moisture, but the key is it's just going to help to generate some showers. Now, unfortunately for us, upper level high, the big blue H, the heat high, the dry high, whatever you want to call it, is going to stay right overhead. And that's going to deflect and block any rain from making its way into our neck of the woods. And we'll also have a series of these upper level lows coming in from Canada in the western U.S., but our upper level high is going to block them from moving in. So that creates this funnel between the Pacific moisture coming in from the remnant tropical systems and then other moisture coming in from the north, and it just keeps it all to the west of us. But Four Corners, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, they all desperately need the rain as well. So there's going to be some good coverage and rain out there. It's just not our turn and not our opportunity. But I do think by Monday, Tuesday, some of the remnants of Raymond will bring rain to drought-stricken far west Texas and even a few showers into the Panhandle as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't make it to us. And this kind of weather pattern directly correlates to above average temperatures for us. With the upper level high overhead, we're going to be above average through at least October 20th. Whereas with those upper lows dropping into the western U.S., below average because those upper lows pull that cooler air southward. Still looking for that first real cold front, and I just don't have any confidence that we're going to see it. Maybe by the end of the month, and I think that would be our best bet right now. 92 degrees. Hopefully that changes right between now and then. 92 our high today. The average, of course, 84. We're going to be above average for a long stretch. We're at 90 at the moment, but temperatures quickly falling off because of the dry air, low humidity, low dew points. Dewy's in the 50s. Feels great, great for outdoor activities and Friday football. 92 Port SA, Stinson on the south side at 91, Canyon Lake 88, but quickly dropping. With that dry air, it cools off efficiently. So by 8 o'clock, we're down to 82 degrees, 10 o'clock, 76. Okay, not exactly like hoodie sweatshirt kind of football weather, but better than what we've been experiencing the past several weeks on Friday nights and Friday evenings. 64 in town in the morning, cooler in outlying areas, 86 at noon, 92 the high temperature. Pretty much the same every afternoon going forward. There will be some upper 80s, especially in the hill country, but by and large will be in the lower 90s until we trim off just a few degrees toward the end of next week. We could dip into the upper 80s for highs, but still waiting on some rain and some cooler temperatures.
All right, Adam. Thank you.
So here's a look at what's on ABC News Primetime tonight at 7, 911, and then at 8 o'clock we have 2020, and then guess what? We're back with the night beat, and we'll be right back after this. You know what? During the break, Myra and I were talking about food and baked apples because we are ready for it. And, it just reminds me of, our good friend Mary Rominger. She's up at the Texas State Fair eating all that delicious food. I want to see more of that.
She did something with fried pickles, or I don't know what it was. It was something new at the fair this year. Yes. We're going to talk about that and so much more on KSAT Sports Now with Larry, who is in the studio, not at the fair.
Yeah, you know what? I really cracked up on that whole Mary eating the turkey leg thing because, again, as we joke, that was a pretty big turkey leg. So, yeah, coming up, Mary Rominger will join us live on KSAT Sports Now from the State Fair of Texas up in Dallas. She is there, of course, to talk about the Red River rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma. Tomorrow they will meet for the 121st time on the football field. We're also talking the Dallas Cowboys as they get ready to take on the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. Former Cowboys running back Rico Dowdle said when asked about facing his former team, he said, buckle up. Well, tonight we're going to hear what Dak Prescott has to say about that. Plus, we're also talking big game coverage. Ladies, let's send it back to you in the studio.
Food and sports. What could be better?
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. We'll be right back.
Well, if you like consistency, you're going to love the weather going forward. Very consistent and actually more pleasant in the evenings and mornings. We're really hoping for that first cold front. And, you may have seen some chatter online or elsewhere there where there could be a real cold front, in about a week or so from now. I'm not confident in that, and I'm starting to see signs that that's not going to happen. More signals that it's not going to happen. So patience, and don't hold your breath.
You want to manifest fall weather. Sorry, this just isn't.
No.
Not happening.
You'll let us know when
Yes.
it's about to happen. I have no doubt, Adam. Thank you.
I got you.
Thanks for watching the news at 6.
We'll see you right back here on the Night Beat. Have a nice dinner.